Hey there everyone, today's video is going to be a makeup review video, but before I get into that, I'm just going to explain why my background has changed ever so slightly. This curtain got torn because it got caught on this chair, and I couldn't find a replacement curtain anymore. They discontinued that color, so I had to go the next best thing, which is a little bit more purpley than the last color I had, but we have to make do with what we have. So anyway, onto the review. Today I'm going to be reviewing Black Moon Cosmetics for you guys. Now, I heard of these guys through Instagram and they are still reasonably new. Actually, they haven't even released their product as of yet. I bought these as a pre-order item to review, and yes, I did pay for these out of my own money for review purposes, all that stuff. I'm going to try and get this video up before the release date so people have a bit more of an opinion formed about them, whether they're going to buy them or not. So the first thing I wanted to mention is, for those of you who are wondering, Black Moon Cosmetics is completely cruelty-free and vegan. The second thing is, can we talk about this packaging? It is the most gorgeous lipstick packaging I have ever seen in my life. It is a gradient black through to the color of the lipstick that is held within that specific tube. So as you can see, they all fade into their respective colors, but isn't that just absolutely the coolest thing you've ever seen in lipstick packaging? The second thing is that just the boxes as well. They've got this custom little drawing on them and they are so ridiculously cute. Whoever did the packaging for this brand is absolutely amazing. They really thought it through. So whoever did that, just an amazing job. I've never seen a lipstick or lip gloss or anything come in something so cool. I am so drawn to the packaging, and that's actually how I kind of got suckered into their brand originally on Instagram. So as usual in a makeup review, I go through the shades that I purchased and explain them, and then I go through the pros and cons in general. So the first shade I have is in the shade Libra, and being a Libra, I naturally love the name. And this is a gorgeous universal nude shade, and it looks great on every single skin tone, even the Ebony Goddesses out there. This has a very subtle, cool toned pink to it, so it's a nudish pink, but I think that's why it suits every single skin tone. The second shade is Sanguis. This is probably the most surprising shade out of the whole lot. I did not expect it to be like this. This is a true cool-based red, super bright and super pigmented. The name of this lipstick is very fitting because Sanguis means blood in Latin, and it is a very blood, like electric blood color. It's intensely red. I cannot begin to explain how red this is, and I hope the swatches translate how incredibly red this is. I think this has quickly become my absolute favorite red lipstick just because of how intense it is. So the third shade I have is in the shade Deranged, and this is a deepened maroon kind of color. It's a kind of color that I usually associate with dried blood, but you know, that's just me. I was a little bit disappointed with this shade because it wasn't as pigmented as the rest. Now, this was the last shade I swatched when I received these, and that's why I think I felt a little bit more disappointment, because the others were so intense and this one needed a couple layers compared to the others. So usually with liquid to matte lipsticks like Jeffree Star, I don't have to apply a second layer, and with the other ones I didn't have to either, but this one I really did. It was too patchy. The fourth and final shade that I got is in the shade Purgatory, and this is the one that I'm wearing on my lips today, and probably my favorite out of the lot because I know I'm going to get the most wear out of it. It is a deepened purple with very subtle blue undertones to it. And yet again, this is another shade that works with pretty much every single skin tone. One thing I really commend them on is their shade choice for their release shades, because they've only got 4 at the moment. I think they've made a really smart decision, because they've chosen pretty much all universal shades. I think this one might not suit particularly Mediterranean skin, because I find that Mediterranean skin works better with an orange kind of red. That's just me, that's just what I see visually fitting, and that's what I do for my clients. I think they've made a very wise shade choice. I know some people were saying that they need to get some, you know, different and bright colors, but in reality, you need something when you're starting up that will suit everyone and everyone's different styles. So over the last few days that I've had these, I've been putting them to the test, like full on to the test, showering with them, wearing them all day, every single shade, swatching them on my arm and going to sleep, you know, the whole works. So the pros that I've found with these lipsticks far outweigh the cons. The first pro is the scent. They smell absolutely divine. They smell like strawberries and cream, Krispy Kreme donuts. And while I do not like the strawberries and cream Krispy Kreme donuts, they smell gorgeous. It's just absolutely amazing how nice these smell. These are definitely the best smelling lipstick I have ever smelled in my life. Another great thing about these is the packaging. They really thought it through. They created something completely different from the rest of the people in the market. It's amazing. I haven't seen anything like this, and just even the box, how it looks so hand-drawn but well done. It really, really pleases me when something has good packaging, because I'm a sucker for packaging. Another thing is that this formula is very long lasting. I'm talking probably about an 8-hour day, then you'll probably have to touch up once or twice. I think the reason why it lasts so long is that they are very moisturizing on your lips. Like, it doesn't feel like I'm wearing a liquid to matte lipstick. It just feels like my regular lips. So they're not drying out. I have found that some liquid to matte formulas really dry out my lips. Another thing, the formula itself, the texture is so like creamy or moussey actually. It's like chocolate mousse, a really good chocolate mousse. It's just so soft and it feels nice and buttery on your lips. So now on to the cons. I only have two, and one isn't really their fault. But one is that the shade Deranged is not as pigmented as I expected. The other three were incredible. You know, one lot on the lips and it was perfect. But the shade Deranged needed 2 layers, and I guess just after the other 3 being more pigmented, I expected more. The second thing is, for those of us who live in countries that have a crappy exchange rate at the moment, like Australia, at the time I bought these, I practically paid $30 a lipstick. Now, when you consider that MAC lipsticks cost between $36 and $42 in Australia, it's not that bad, but I kind of didn't want to pay that much. But I did anyway because I really, really wanted to review these products. The packaging just had me sold. So overall, I'd probably give these about a 9.2 out of 10, just that 0.8 deduction for the fact that Deranged wasn't as pigmented as I expected. So that being said, would I repurchase these lipsticks? Probably, especially if they were wholesaling to an Australian company and I'd buy through them. Just that way it would be a set price and I wouldn't have to deal with exchange rates and, you know, customs taxes, any of that kind of stuff. But I'm so in love with this formula that I'd probably be inclined to purchase anyway, so that's a probably. So that is all for this review of Black Moon Cosmetics. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I'd love to be here for every single video. Like this video if you like the review, comment down below if there's something you would like to see on this channel. Also, will you be purchasing these lipsticks? And if you have, what are your experiences with them? And I hope you all have a fantabulous day.